Like all roller coasters, our project operates on the concepts of gravitational potential energy and kinetic energy, and the exchange of one into the other. When the marble is started at the top of this 50-centimeter drop, it has a great deal of potential energy due to its desire to fall towards the Earth. When it is released, it loses that energy because it is falling and therefore has less height, but that becomes the kinetic energy as it speeds up. This process continues until it reaches this point at the bottom of the loop. Then it begins to rise back up, and some of that kinetic is turned back into potential energy. But this is reversed immediately upon it reaching the top and coming back down. A similar thing happens as it rises and then falls back from our two bank curves and then reaches the end. So that is the basic principles of how it works. But I'm sure you're wondering how we came to this particular design. Well, we wanted to integrate the most basic form concepts. So we started with just a drop, a loop, and two hills. But that would have been very long. So instead we curved the hills along this path in order to fit them into the space and also make it a bit more geometrically interesting. Now, we encountered a number of problems during the development of this. Particularly, the marble, which we originally started with, was fairly large. It does fit into the hole, but it tends to get caught in the turns and the kinks as the tube is bent into its shape. So that would not work, and instead we switched to, I'm not even sure you can see it here, but a much, much smaller BB that would be able to fit through the track at any point. It also goes incredibly fast, covering our 300-centimeter track in 2.7 seconds. So, of course, that was one of the problems we faced. The other was that the incredibly small BB is hard to grab, and it's coming out of this tube here very fast. It would bounce off this wall and then just become lost somewhere in the science room. So we had to install these guardrails to keep it corralled into this space. And then the other thing I'm sure you're wondering is, what is All Hail the Mighty Glow Cloud? There's this show called Welcome to Night Vale, a fictional radio podcast from the town of Night Vale, in which weird things happen. And my favorite episode is the one in which a menacing cloud floats over the community, dropping dead animals on all it